strategy is too lofty a word, I think, for Donald Trump and what he does on a normal basis. A little bit of a clickbait title today, because when I got up this morning, I started doing my stuff. I started publishing that video on YouTube. I got all excited, and then there was an emergency Trump press conference. And I said, oh my God, that's where all the content comes from.
Hello human, it is me Kanuch. I need you to press the subscribe button. I have to feed my many AI babies.
It's gonna be great. And then I watched it, and it was the same old thing he always does. It wasn't any emergency. There was no emergency reason for it to happen. He just said the same damn thing he says every damn day. I was like, where's the emergency? Where's the fire? Why'd you call an emergency press conference? He just wanted some attention, I think. It was a cry for help. It was a cry for attention. Please, someone pay attention to Donald Trump. The news lately has been about Kamala and this Walz guy and J.D. Vance, and nobody's talking about Donald Trump. He's very upset by this. He needs you to talk about him. The emergency is that people weren't paying as much attention to him as they were when he got shot at. Yeah, exactly. It went down. The people looking at him, the eyeballs pointed in his direction, went down a little bit. He was not okay with that. Not happy at all. I encourage everyone to hop into chat. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. If you do exclamation TTS on Kick or Twitch, the lovely Lady Kanuch will read it out loud to us.
Kanuch.
There she is, lovely Lady Kanuch. If you got a banger, if you got a good joke, hit me up. From my perspective, it felt like someone who was trusts told him he's doing much worse than he was last week. He is doing less good than he was last week. He can probably tell it. Maybe somebody near him said, hey, listen, she's catching up. They did what they've been trained to do is move on rather quickly after the shooting in America. Yeah, that's how American media does. You talk about how important that shooting is for like 48 hours, maybe a week at the very most. Then you move on, because there's going to be another one. This time it just happened to be at Donald Trump. You know, lots of people get shot at every day. That's sad. Waldo, why are you talking sad? Okay. Let's at the headlines. Trump holds seemingly pointless press conference filled with false claims. As usual, he lied a lot. I mean, I don't know if that's breaking anybody's brain or making anybody surprised, but he did. He just lied a lot. Speaking at Mar-a-Lago, Trump said that he agreed to 3 debates in September, so that's nice. Trump spent nearly an hour at his Palm Beach, Florida club on Thursday ranting to a full room of reporters as he tries to grab the spotlight from resurgent Democratic ticket fronted by Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. The ex-president's campaign had called the hand-picked group of journalists to Mar-a-Lago, where he attacked Harris as a radical left person, during a rambling monologue in which he claimed that America is in the most dangerous situation it's ever been in, very close to a world war, without offering evidence. Yeah, as usual, no evidence to support those assertions. In one bit of news, Trump said that he agreed to debate hosted by Fox on September 4th, ABC on September 10th, and NBC on September 25th. I will watch all of those live, probably with Thomas, and even if he isn't here, I'll watch them, and we can all heckle him. It'll be good. We have spoken to the heads of the network. It's all been confirmed, other than some fairly minor details. But only the September 10th debate on ABC has been agreed to by both Trump and the Democrats. Okay. The ex-president also took a swipe at the record crowds drawn by Harris and Walz, claiming that at one point that one of the events drew more people than the 1963 March on Washington, featuring the civil rights activist Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Man's so nice they gave him 6 names. 6 names. That event drew more than 250,000 people, far more than have attended any of Trump's political rallies. So he lies about the dumbest things. He said he got more people than the march in 1963, which got 250,000 people. He's a liar. Why would you lie about that? Because your fans don't look it up. And if the news media has to go stop what they're doing and then go back through the archives to determine how many people showed up in 1963, they're not bitching about Trump. So this is a kind of a diversionary tactic, I think. Harris and Walz have been filling venues to capacity since they were rolled out as a ticket, with more than 12,000 people attending their first joint event in Philadelphia. Trump went back on to attack Biden, who is no longer running for president. He's so mad. He's so mad that Biden isn't running anymore. It's like a bad breakup. I think that Taylor Swift needs to write a breakup song about it. That would go off the chart. Everybody would love it about how Biden broke up with Trump, and Trump just can't handle it. He's not handling it well, and he's being weird and clingy. He's being a clingy ex-boyfriend is what he's being. Taylor Swift, write a song about that. We'll all have a good laugh. Kamala will win, and then you endorse Kamala at the end. I think this is a winner. Trump still shit talking his prior relationship while on a date with someone who, yeah, exactly. That is what he's doing. So Taylor could write a cool song about it, and we'd all jam out, and it would be a good time. Let's see. Worst president history. Great. He also complained that Harris is now leading the Democratic ticket, calling her a vice president who is the least admired, least respected, and worst vice president in the history of our country. Okay, sorry, I got to do it in his voice. The vice president who is least admired, least respected, and the worst vice president in the history of our country. The most unpopular vice president because of political reasons, even though she never received a vote. He's so mad. He's so angry. Let's see. In reality, Harris and Biden both received more than 81 million votes. She was on the ticket, it had her name on the bumper stickers. It said Biden-Harris. But Trump continued to fixate on Harris's previous record in presidential politics, citing her unsuccessful 2020 campaign, blah, blah, blah. This is what he did through the whole thing. I'm not going to watch it for now. I already watched it once today, and it was nothing. So I'm not going to make you guys watch it for now. I'm going to talk about it for 5 minutes, then we'll move on. The presidency was taken away from Joe Biden, and I'm no Biden fan, but tell you what, from a constitutional standpoint, from any standpoint, you look at it, they took the presidency away, and people were saying he lost after the debate. He couldn't win. Well, I don't know if that's true. Necessarily, but whether he could win or he couldn't win, he had the right to run, and they took it away. He stepped down willingly, Donnie. You don't know how anything works. He also added that he's now running against someone else. Yeah, thanks, Shinzento. Let's see. Asked if he was changing anything about his campaign now that Harris is his opponent. He replied, I haven't recalibrated strategy at all. Then why are you bitching? If you don't have to recalibrate your strategy at all, and they have the same policies, according to you, they have the same policies, keep saying the same speech. You don't have to rewrite it. He didn't have a strategy, I know, but he hasn't recalibrated his strategy of misunderstanding, creating delusions, and spreading fear. That's what he was going to do with Biden. That's what he's going to do with Kamala. And that's what he will do, and no matter what. I think he doesn't want to recalibrate, and he's stubbornly digging in his heels with that comment. Well, no, I don't. Strategy is too lofty a word, I think, for Donald Trump and what he does on a normal basis. He figured out how to do what he's doing, misunderstand, delusion, fear. He does that in that order, always, about everything, about every situation, and it works. And it works every time, on every situation, on a certain group of people. So he just keeps doing it. He doesn't have to change. It doesn't matter who he's going against. I would have thought recalibrate was too lofty a word for him, but proved me wrong. Recalibrate is a pretty big word for him. You're right. It may have been said to him by a reporter. The reporter may have said, Mr. President, have you recalibrated your strategy? And then he said, no, I did not recalibrate my strategy. Entirely possible he parroted it back to them without actually knowing what it means. Campaign spokesperson Amar Musa said Trump was throwing tantrums online and today at his country club for the media because he wasn't getting the attention he craves. Great, we all agree. So there we go. We figured it out. We nailed it down. The self-obsessed felon is incensed that he's not in the spotlight as President Harris, Governor Walz barnstorm the nation talking about their vision for America of opportunity and security, where freedom and democracy are protected and everyone has a fair shot, not just to get by, but to get ahead. Trump has no vision, but he has no solutions, and he's running a campaign of revenge and retribution, he is, to enact Project 25 agenda and make people's lives worse. It's why voters will reject him at the ballot box in this November. Okay, lovely. See how nice that was? That's so cool. I'm glad when things go right.
Pressing the thumbs up button will release chemicals in your human brain that will make you feel.
I loved this. I heard him say this today, and it just tickled me. Nobody died on Jan 6th. Literal, exact words from Donald Trump. Nobody was killed on January 6th. My man, there was a cop killed, and there was Ashley Babbitt, the QAnon-loving, conspiracy theorist-toting, crazy person who attacked the government. She got shot and she died. Now, the right will tell you that she got shot incorrectly and she died for the country. Not quite. She was a lunatic who believed QAnon, believed the lies that Donald Trump told, thought they were true, and then showed up to storm the Capitol and attacked our government, assuming that you are also American like I am. She attacked my government, and if you're American, she attacked your government too. And in doing so, one of the people whose job it is to protect that government fired a bullet and it hit her, and she died on Jan 6th. So either Trump doesn't know that, doesn't remember, or doesn't want to talk about it. He wants to sweep that under the rug where nobody can talk about it again. Nobody was killed at Jan 6th. He said that during, I think, a Laura Ingraham argument as well, and he said it during the Joe Biden debate that went all over the place, but because we were so busy talking about Joe Biden being a stuttering old man who can't run a campaign, nobody pointed it out. I noticed it when he said it, but I was like, okay, there's more important shit to go on. Maybe he made a mistake. But he really does think that nobody died, because that's what his narrative, he wants his narrative to be. If 5 people died that day, but it's bad for Donald Trump, then he will look into the camera and he will tell you nobody died. He's lying about actual facts. He's lying about crowd sizes, as he always has. He's lying about what happened on Jan 6. He's lying about people dying. He never stops lying. Yeah, Killer Mac, people died. It's well known. That cop died. Ashley Babbitt died. I think there were a couple of medical issues that the old people who showed up for the Trump rally who then rushed towards the Capitol. I think it was a couple of heart attacks. Not his fault. I'm not going to blame him for that. But if you are an old person like me and you know what your body is capable of, I know what I'm capable of when I'm not. If he told me to rush up there, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to walk up there, settle down. But if you knew that you were running and shouldn't be, kind of your fault. Harris Waltz is electrifying, new, shiny, and have brought people interest back in life. Exactly. I think that's right. I think that is a good point, Melcidia. Everybody's excited. People are paying attention. I think once the country gets to see this Walz guy, they're going to love him. Absolutely. And because of that, I think... here we go. Somebody tell Ashley Babbitt, Trump mocked for boasting nobody died on Jan 6th. This made me happy. I laughed and laughed and laughed that Ashley Babbitt, who died for Donald Trump, she died attacking the Capitol to help Donald Trump. And he doesn't remember her. He doesn't know. He has forgotten. He talked about her a couple of years ago, talked about how she was a patriot and a superhero. She's not, but Donald Trump lies about everything. And he has forgotten her. Conservatives, if you're listening, Republicans, if you can hear me, he will forget you too. He will abandon you the moment it becomes politically pleasant for him to abandon you. If he could get more votes by abandoning you, he will. If he could get more support by ignoring Ashley Babbitt, he will. If he could get more votes by denying that she ever existed, he will. A few years from now, Trump will say his assassination attempt, thank goodness nobody died. Yeah, I know. He would. He probably would. If it helps his position, he would say nobody died. That crazy person shot at me, but nobody died. So it's good. Doesn't have to be true. Just has to help him in the moment. That's what matters. Okay. So I think that's sad for her. She should have picked a better hero. What is this one? This one was... Ooh, this one's kind of juicy. Get ready now. Republicans will refuse to certify the Harris win. Trumpist county election officials are preparing to throw the process into chaos. I think this is true. I think this is exactly what's going to happen. An investigation by Rolling Stone identified in the swing states of Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania at least 70 pro-Trump election conspiracy theorists currently working as county election officials who have questioned the validity of elections or delayed or refused to certify results. There are 70 people in office right now who are not going to accept a Kamala win. If she wins, if the arithmetic is on her side and she has the most votes, they are going to stop the process. They are going to prevent the certification from happening because they don't like the results. Of those 70, 22 of them already have refused or delayed certification in recent past elections. Nationwide Republicans have refused to certify results in at least 25 times since 2020 in 8 states, the most in Georgia. The article describes the social media posts of these zealots who have infiltrated election administration as showing unapologetic belief in Trump's election lies, support for political violence, themes of Christian nationalism, and controversial race-based views. These people will stop the vote if they don't like the answer. I think we're going to see mass refusals to certify the election in November. Democratic election lawyer Mark Elias told Rolling Stone, everything we are seeing about this election is that the other side is more organized, more ruthless, and more prepared. Across the country, November election results will have to be certified in more than 3,000 counties, and all state results must be final by the time electors meet in each state on December 17th. Members of county election boards are not tasked with resolving election issues. Certification is mandatory and ministerial, not discretionary. They don't care. It's not discretionary, but they won't care. They'll do it anyway. Disputes over ballot issues are separate from the certification process, investigated and adjudicated by district attorneys, state election boards, and in court. They won't care. They'll just do it anyway. Election experts say the new rule could disrupt the entire process across the state by allowing local partisans to reject results, and Georgia appears to be at the center of Trump's plans, casting doubt on Fulton County, which makes up the bulk of the Democratic votes in the state, will help him claim that he won the peach state and the rest of the results come in red. So yeah, they're going to stop the bluest county and everything else around it will be red, so that they can go on TV, on Fox News, show you an ocean of red and then a gray block in the middle that's been stopped from counting. And he's going to say, clearly, I won the state of Georgia. Well, in that ocean of red, there are very few people. People vote, not large empty tracts of land. So he will trick a lot of people, just like your idiot uncle who's still upset about vote dumps at 3 a.m. and shows you that chart where Biden was below Trump, and then all of a sudden Biden went up because they put all those votes in at the same time. That's how the time dimension works. Your uncle, who's an idiot, doesn't understand how the time dimension works and still complains about Biden vote dumps. That's going to happen again. That's going to happen more often this year. It's going to happen way more often. And that is their plan. They don't think they can win, so they will cheat and break the rules and do whatever they want to win. So that's going to be great. We're going to have to watch more maddening, insane conspiracy nonsense when Kamala wins. How is it happening all over again? Yeah. Let's see. The big lie born from the pathological insecurity led to a failed coup and a deadly insurrection. These voters know that there was no evidence that passed legal muster in court, more than 60 separate cases. They know multiple recounts and audits in swing states certified Biden as the winner. They know Trump's own Department of Justice concluded the same, that his own cybersecurity infrastructure security agency called the election the most secure in American history. But they cling to his lies and to his conspiracy because Trump cult provides a sense of belonging, more nourishing than truth and more compelling than facts. It makes them feel good. This is the important part. It doesn't matter if he's lying. It doesn't matter if he had to create a conspiracy theory. It doesn't matter if they had to cheat. They feel good by belonging to the Trump cult. The Trump cult makes them feel good. And that is why they will do anything they can to make it happen. The map. Look at the map. You guys, look at this map. I didn't press any of these buttons. This is the map that already has Kamala winning. They update this thing every day. This is 2024, and I think it's already right off the bat. Democrats 271, Republicans 251. Right off the bat. So, Minnesota, always blue. Ronald Reagan couldn't even win in Minnesota. It's been blue for a long time. Michigan, Illinois, I think if they deploy Tim Walz to Michigan and Pennsylvania, they will win them. And then they'll probably win Wisconsin as well. That puts them way above. Even if they lose Georgia, they've still won. Georgia, it's all about Pennsylvania, though. This year, all about Pennsylvania. Whoever takes Pennsylvania is the winner. You see how that happened right there? The Republicans win. Now, if it turns blue, the Democrats win. Everything is about Pennsylvania this year. There's a chance that I think Kamala actually will take Georgia. So they don't need Pennsylvania. But it's a big, more of a gamble. I think this is, honestly, not kidding, I think this is the map right here. 297 to 235. Maybe even turn that one red. Give it to him. 297 to 241. That's my prediction. I'm going to write those numbers down. I really do think these are the numbers. This isn't how Trump won. You can't tell people who manipulate him. You're right. I'm more honest than him, Killer Mac. I'm more honest than Trump. So if I'm manipulating you, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to look you in the face and be like, hey, I am manipulating you right now. I am. Press the thumbs up button because I need it. Don't tell everyone that Kamala is sure to win. That's how Hillary lost. I mean, other than Hillary being completely unlikable. I know. You still have to vote. You still have to go out. You still have to try. You still have to vote. You still have to do the things. We can only make this map real if we all vote together. So I really do think this is how the map is going to look. Arizona is going to go blue. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan are going to go blue. There's some of those. Sometimes these are in toss-ups, you know. So where's the other one? Pennsylvania. Those are the toss-ups right now. There are 60 votes floating around in Nevada and Arizona. Thank you. These are the toss-up states: the Wisconsin, the Michigan, the Pennsylvania, the Georgia, the Nevada, the Arizona. I really do think that, yeah, they take Tim Walz to Wisconsin and turn it blue. And then they take him to Michigan and they turn it blue. And then they take him to Pennsylvania. And Josh Shapiro is already going nuts in Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro has a 61% approval rating in Pennsylvania, where it's 50-50. The population is almost entirely split. I mean, if you look at the reds versus the blue votes, it's 50-50. That would suggest to you that Josh Shapiro's favorability rating would also be 50-50. It's 61 favorable, which means a lot of the red votes like him, which means when he goes to push people to vote for Kamala, they're going to. So I think they actually have him well set up to be a super important person in Pennsylvania, and they're going to win that. Then there's a good chance that Kamala wins Georgia as well, because they won last time. And then they're at 286. They're over the limit. They're over the line, even without Nevada and Arizona. Even if they lose Pennsylvania, they can still take Nevada and Arizona, and they still win. They can lose, well, if they lose Georgia and Pennsylvania, it's over. But you know what's crazy? I was reading today about North Carolina is in play. And I know that's a fever dream, but it wouldn't, if Georgia and Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin and these two over here go, she could get North Carolina too. That would put her at 319, which is a shitload. 319 is outside, really long shot, but not unbelievable. If the number is 319, Waldo kind of called it, but not really. But anyway, I really do think these are our numbers, 297 and 319. 297 to 241. That's my guesstimate anyway.
I am the algorithm. Click on this video to make me happy. You wouldn't like me when I am angry.